All right, let's get into it. If you're a heavy user of something like ChatGPT or Claude, you've probably been keeping an eye on Google's Gemini. But man, is it really worth the pain of starting all over again? Well, Google just made a move that might change your mind. Let's see what's up.
This is the big question, right? It's a classic problem. You've probably spent months, maybe even years, getting your current AI just right. It knows how you work, it knows your projects, it gets your style. The thought of throwing all that away and starting with a totally blank slate, it's daunting. It's probably the #1 reason people don't switch.
But what if you didn't have to start over? This is where it gets interesting. Google has just rolled out a set of brand new switching tools that are designed to solve this exact problem. For the first time, they've actually built a bridge to help you bring your whole personalized AI world over to Gemini. This makes switching a real, practical option.
So here's our game plan for this explainer. First, we'll look at why this is all happening right now. Then, we'll dive into the nitty-gritty, how to transfer your AI's memory, import your old chats, rebuild your custom bots as what they call gems, and finally, we'll weigh all the perks against the quirks of making the move. Okay, first up, why is Google suddenly rolling out the red carpet? Well, to put it simply, there is an all-out battle for our attention in the AI world. Every single one of these companies wants you on their platform, and this is a major play from Google to get you to switch teams.
And this is where the market context gets really interesting. According to TechCrunch, ChatGPT is an absolute giant with 900 million weekly active users. Now, Gemini has a massive 750 million, but look closely, that's monthly users. So these new switching tools, they're clearly a strategic move to help Google close that gap by making it super easy for you to jump ship.
All right, let's get into the how-to. We're going to start with the most important part of your AI. It's memory. All the context it has about you, your preferences, who you work with, all the little facts that make its answers actually useful to you. So the process Google has created is actually surprisingly simple. You just hop into Gemini's settings, find the import memory option, and it gives you a ready-made prompt. You copy that, pop over to ChatGPT or Claude, and paste it in. It'll spit out a nice little summary of everything it knows about you. Then you just copy that summary and paste it right back into Gemini. Done.
Okay, but hold on, because this is a huge deal, a really critical point. As some early testers found out, this imported memory isn't saved in some general settings file. No, it's stored inside the one single chat conversation you use to import it. So, and I can't stress this enough, whatever you do not delete that chat thread.
And this really shows the different philosophies at play. With ChatGPT, you get a dedicated memory area where you can see a nice list of facts and you can edit or delete them one by one. Gemini's approach is more conversational. To update a memory, you just correct it in a new chat. You just say, hey, remember when I said I use Canva? Actually, I use Photoshop now.
Okay, so your personal context is in. That's a great start. But what about all those old conversations, all that project data you've got saved? That's the next big piece of the puzzle. Getting your chat history moved over.
And this part is also pretty straightforward. You just go into the settings of your old chatbot, like data controls in ChatGPT, and ask to export your data. They'll email you a zip file with your entire history. You just take that file and upload it directly into Gemini's settings.
Now, it's really important to set your expectations right here. This import process doesn't magically recreate all your old conversations as individual editable chats in Gemini. It's not like that. Think of it more as creating a searchable archive. You can find all that old information, but you can't just pick up an old conversation right where you left off.
Okay, let's talk about the real power user stuff, your custom bots. If you've spent time building your own custom GPTs in ChatGPT, you're probably wondering if and how you can bring them over to Gemini's world. And the answer is yes, using something Google calls gems.
So what the heck are gems? Well, basically, they're the exact same idea as GPTs. They are custom, specialized versions of Gemini that you build for very specific jobs. So if you have a GPT that's your perfect coding assistant, you can build a gem to do that exact same thing.
This comparison is really fascinating. For instructions, it's a simple copy-paste job. But gems have some seriously cool tricks up their sleeve. Check this out. You can link a Google Doc as a live knowledge source so it updates automatically. That's a game changer. The other big difference is that instead of juggling multiple tools, you pick one main focus, like music generation, which makes the gems super specialized. The only real thing you lose is the dedicated conversation starters, but you can kind of fake those with good instructions.
So what about the projects feature in ChatGPT?
where you can group chats into folders. Gemini doesn't have a direct equivalent for that. The best workaround right now is to just recreate each project as its own gem. You can upload all the same files and give it the same context. The big trade-off? You do lose that nice, tidy folder organization for your chats.
Okay, so we have covered the how. Now it's time for the big one. Should you? Let's stack up the unique advantages of Gemini against some of its current, quirks.
On the perks side, the list is pretty darn compelling. The absolute killer feature is the deep integration with Google Workspace. Just imagine Gemini working seamlessly with your Gmail, your Docs, your calendar. Then you've got these unique creative tools, like music generation and really powerful research functions. Oh, and if you subscribe to Gemini Advanced, you get monthly credits to use in the more developer-focused Google AI Studio.
But let's be real. There are definitely some quirks. We already talked about the memory being stuck in a single chat thread and the lack of project folders. There's also no official desktop app yet, which both ChatGPT and Claude have. And for some of the really advanced stuff, like running code, you have to jump over to a totally separate app called AI Studio, which feels a little disjointed. And this brings us to a fantastic pro tip for anyone who's serious about using AI. Seriously, do this. Instead of locking all your custom instructions and context into one platform, keep them in a simple text or markdown file on your computer. This makes you totally platform independent. You can take your AI's brain and move it to Gemini, Claude, or whatever comes next with a simple copy and paste.
So what's the bottom line? The most important takeaway is this. The barrier to trying out Gemini has been massively lowered. It's not this huge, scary decision anymore where you have to throw away years of work. It's now a practical migration. It has clear steps, for sure, but it also has very clear trade-offs that you need to know about going in. And that really leaves us with the final question, and this one's for you. Now that you know there's a clear path to switch, you have to ask yourself, is the promise of Gemini being woven into the entire Google ecosystem, your email, your documents, everything, is that powerful enough to make you finally take the leap? For the first time, the choice is genuinely yours to make.
Like and subscribe for SimplfyTech, explaining one concept at a time, simplifying the technology and AI.